Hey everyone, streaming some more Madden. Just doing the trial this weekend. Probably play hours tonight, 2-3 hours, and then some more tomorrow. So check the Ultimate Team. Like it is the release day. You'd think that thing. Let's see. Some kind of pack. Oh, this is from the drops. Like Jackson Senior. They're from the Twitch drops. Just a decent pack, I guess. Stuck? What's going on? I was waiting for something else to happen. Alright, so unopened pack. Just one. Another Twitch drop. Alright. Should improve it a little bit. I'm at 68 overall. I haven't really done anything. Went to 71 overall. That's pretty decent. But what really get going is challenge. Start your ultimate. Kels or Kelsey?
Hey everybody, welcome. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throwing on first down is Brady. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball...
I didn't even check to see what the challenge is. Complete this drive.
This is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
They came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And
he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Derrick Henry taking it in from 7 yards away. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge again. Otherwise, it's time to move on to the next one.
The next one. Okay, earn Joe Burrow by beating challenges. Gain 10 plus yards this drive. Correct. Try.
Hey folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
Let's try to run. Just to see if
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Gotta watch the clock on these ones. Passes in the first quarter. Lots of loading screens on the Ps4. With the new consoles, it's a lot faster.
Hello everyone, you're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the coach. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
Let's try something.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
The coach here, and welcome to this Ultimate Challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This challenge begins in the first quarter with 2 minutes left on the clock. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. But you're in the red zone as we get set here, 1st and 10.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And that'll...
those ones. Screens are long. Good. Joe Burrow is video. What I need. Okay, I need to go here. I don't see Joe Burrow in here. It's already broken. It's done. Why is this all? And you're making me redo it all again? That broke. Why is there so few challenges on release day? That's what I don't get. There's a bunch of challenges. There's just a couple. Yeah, I don't know what these guys are doing. Not fun. Gotta have more challenges so people level up. Sense. Hello, Joe. 50 yards in the second half. Score a rushing touchdown.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining.
Just run it.
It's a tie ball game, 14 points apiece. You have possession on your own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On the run, it's Huntley. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. They go again with Huntley. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tay Crowder able to make the play. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown, but no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
What the hell kind of...
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
A run with Huntley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 4th and goal here in a tie ball game. Here we go on 4th down. And he'll get it only to about the 3 and no further as they stop him. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some splaining to do, right? Because in this situation, you kick the field goal to give yourself that chance at victory. By going for it, maybe you're saying you don't trust your field goal kicker, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the kicker's hurt. So there'll be a lot of questions in the post-game press conference.
Makes the rest of this 4th quarter and the rest of this game very interesting. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Jones. Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well.
Complete fucking...
Live to fight another down.
62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley.
I hate these. Play so long, and then you fail, and then you have to start all over again. They're frustrating. Just wasted 10 minutes. Bullshit. Oh, now it's giving me burn. Stupid. I'm just gonna go do the easy one so I can read through it. I don't know, it's too much time. Too much of my time on this. Get some decent cards, and then I'll do the solo battles.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA Sports. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
We will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. We're all tied up at 14. You have possession on your own 30-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way down to the 26. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. he was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
All the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Now Huntley. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jason Huntley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your reward.
Don't give up. 30 yards and 8 plays. So we all know Cooper Kupp is good. Lots of loading screens on the PS4.
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're down a field goal. You have the ball on your opponent's 35-yard line. As we get set here, 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
62 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jason Huntley with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
It's a stupid challenge
that time. Maybe just try a lower star difficulty if you can and select replay.
So that's it. I can't even throw it once. I have to run it every single play. All right. That's what
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Huntley.
Block him.
$57 yards on the ground for him so far.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here we go. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Run everything. Get.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Huntley. Shifts by him. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Right?
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always another challenge right around the corner.
Can't do it at once.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
We will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're up 21 points. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And incomplete, he dropped it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Burrow on play action. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep...
Touchdown, Packers! A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Packers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd down, Evans looking for space. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
It's taken to the 26, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. There he goes, right side.
Anybody?
And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Just try to dive.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Up the middle they go. Huntley. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jason Huntley. His second touchdown of the afternoon. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins. And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Guess a juke would be considered a ball carrier move. Or stiff arm. That's got to be counting for something.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're down 7. You've got the ball on your own 40.
Yeah, what do I need to do, though? Rush for 85 yards, 2 balls. Okay.
And it's first and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Oh, big boy, you got to block better
The
than
result
that.
here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They run the counter. Huntley. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And some room to roam now. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Jason Huntley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 21. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. There is Deontay Johnson as this Steeler offense gets set for this next series.
And
I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, then Madden made sure to get the Microsoft Surfaces.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st down, Huntley. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 2nd down now, Huntley. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Huntley, he's got it to the 43 here.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
To wait through 100 of these.
Hey folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're only down 3 points, but you've driven into opponent territory as we get set here 1st and 10. 89 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on fourth down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up.
Damn it.
And it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Trying to get it over with fast with the $2.
Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so.
Or we can just
maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
That good for 19 and a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every week.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dominique Robinson, the one who got in there to drop him. Well, we're trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. Well, he's got no blocking in front of it.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, really not much secret there. Third and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because third and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
What I need to do? I need to get 2 more passes. 2 more points.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up. but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw it is Locke. And that is incomplete here.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Locke now to throw. And that is incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
Well, the mental focus.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
got to stay with it.
That's true. Now Locke. Got to have this one. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge again. Otherwise, it's time to move on to the next one.
Where's the fumble? I might take a little tries.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA Sports. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're leading in this one. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 70 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sports again.
Cousins to throw it. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go play action. Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Here we go. Ready? Here we go.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They give him a gain of 38.
Not sure much more could have been done there defensively. One up with him, tried to knock it away, tried to get an arm in, unsuccessfully.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
I'm not trying to score. I'm just trying to...
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They'll try again. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. And that has to drive a coach crazy.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
And in this situation, a field goal doesn't help you a whole lot, but I think you've got to take it because I think you're a little too far back to go for it on 4th down. But we also know the offensive coordinator's in the head coach's ear trying to talk him into going for it right here.
And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Get a hit stick, big tackle, get 3+ tackles. Could have sworn it said I had to get a fumble, but I guess not.
Hello, and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
We will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're down a field goal. Your opponent has the football on their 35-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Get 7 tackles, get 1 hit stick. And after 2 loading screen.
Hello there, it's the Coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge.
Any of the following 2.
Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're only down 3 points. Your opponent has the ball on their own 40. As we get set here, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 63 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. On first down, Tagovailoa tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
I don't really want it, though.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Burrow's throw hauled in by Washington. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On first down, Huntley. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Oh, we don't get a touchdown.
Get this into the
Damn
end
it.
zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jason Huntley taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Now Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
Interception, don't allow a touchdown this drive. Sounds like we're playing with some backs here.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
We will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're ahead on the scoreboard. Your opponent has the ball on their 20-yard line. First and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. On play action, Allen. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Allen.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Right, and what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. A 2nd down run for Burkhead. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Officially it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Try to pick it up on the ground with Burkhead. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that. All right, Captain, it's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, partner, they're still going to have to go for it after that play. And I'm not sure that the running game is going to be a part of what they have to do on 4th down now.
From this far out, you wouldn't think so. Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return the challenges to receive your reward.
Hey, folks, I'm your host, the coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We start this challenge off in the 4th quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You're ahead by 4. Your opponent has possession back on their own 15. And it's 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
91 yards on the ground here for Swift, and he's got a first down as well.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know.
Man, I can't believe how bad this is. Like, it won't even display. And I mean, they released it like this? Twitch drop back. 5. And it's in 4. My team mini. Oh, still so. Six.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, The Coach. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You've got a big lead, but you're backed up inside your own 10 as we get set here 1st and 10. And he's got room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Montrell Washington, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
What else am I supposed to do here? Score a passing touchdown, complete 6 passes.
From the 6. And now the little across the 25 to the 27.
So I need the ball back.
Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I want to get a touchdown because I want to get my passing touchdown.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards that time for number 14.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4
want to get it done,
before he's out of bounds.
One last pass.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few
touchdown from 4 yards out?
And the Packers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins.
It's for 150 yards. Sack. It's doable.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
We will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're trailing by 14. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I don't know if I could do that deep pass. We'll see.
Burrow will throw.
Let's go this way.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Yes.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Third
Yeah,
catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down mark.
Nice.
Touchdown, Packers!
Montrell Washington, 27 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
York needs more power.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
He knew
Not
he
his
was gonna
best
get
throw there,
sacked.
but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock.
What the hell is the point of my guy?
Here on out.
I got
And
through
able to
that.
stay
I
on
hit him
his feet
first, and he
past
just
the 30
walked right
to
over.
about the 33-yard
I don't want
line.
that big guy.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Burrow.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Tight end to do all.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It was Justin Houston who got him down. Back now in Baltimore.
Okay, let me just check on what the challenge. That's for 150 yards. Don't get sacked.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Fuck, I pushed the button 3 times. Come on.
Sacked back at the 22.
Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
It's not a turning point. It's a bunch of bullshit. That's
He's
what I was
got a
trying to
man
do.
wide open, complete. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Montrell Washington.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th
No, I don't
quarter.
have any timeouts. What the hell?
So right
They have
back to
3
square
minutes.
one. Tied
Money
at
on the
28 as he
fullback.
kicks it away.
To get some yard too.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
This is stupid.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
I just want the ball back, so if they score, I'm fine with it. I'm just going to pick up goal line defense.
From the 41, Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Jackson.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
This returnable for Bird.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So Lamar Jackson in the offense, down by 7, 25 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10.
Being chased out left.
Connecting with Hill. And he will stop the clock as he gets to the sideline
got that away.
after a gain
And he
of
got
about
out of
10.
bounds.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And that will be incomplete.
Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
One last shot for Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Packers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
40 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Hello, and welcome to this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the coach. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You trail by a touchdown. You've got the ball on your own 40 as we get set here on 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
116 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
One of the good things offenses did years ago was they lettered their gaps the same on each side. A gap between guard and center on either side. That's what you want to control when you're trying to run the ball up the middle.
And why is that?
Because typically you either have a big nose guard in there in an odd front, 3-man front, or you have defensive tackles that might line up in the A-gaps trying to gain an advantage and get upfield themselves. If you can control that, it gives the back plenty of space to pick and choose where to go.
And there, a great inside run, broke the contact and got some space. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll take this one down near the 15.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run on 1st down.
Huntley.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Jason Huntley
taking it in from 4 yards out. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge.
In the drive or the game? Specific.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's the coach
4+
with you here today
tackles,
for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
We will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're down 7. Your opponent has possession on their own 30-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Justin Ellis. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack on 1st down, Locke, and this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
77 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, it's Burrow. Washington's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Now a handoff up the middle. Huntley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Okay. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Montrell Washington
from 4 yards out.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
But we don't need to.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Hey folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
Okay, Coach, we start this challenge off in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You're leading by 6 points. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. As we get set here, 1st and 10. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jason Huntley, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Recover a fumble, don't allow any of the fumble. Don't allow your opponent to score or recover a fumble. That looks kind of like Chris Pratt. Screens. They're so much fun.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. So for this challenge, we're in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go. You're only down by a point. Your opponent has the football on their 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up.
Big boy.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
Loading screens. So slow.
Hey folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're down a field goal. You have possession on your own 30-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them. Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead.
Touchdown! Demir Bird, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Congratulations on yet another victory. You can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available. Or
they're gonna give me a lot of time for 105 yards. A lot.
Hello, and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. We're all tied on the scoreboard at 7 apiece. You've got the ball on your opponent's 40 as we get set here, 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Let's just lean on the word good here, partner. Good way to start the second half. Good safe throw, and a good quick first down as well.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
Fuck! I was pushing the button.
And he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Packers! Demir Bird, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
Can't see it.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was.
Touchdown, Packers!
Montrell Washington,
54 yards.
And the Packers use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 21-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Considering how much they're losing,
now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop.
Okay, let him score.
Do they go back to the...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings.
I just want the ball back so I can get my 20 yards.
Justin Jefferson.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Just need what, like 25
Green Bay's
yards?
offense ready to go again.
They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? They've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always another challenge right around the corner.
Don't throw 5 incomplete passes. Passing touchdowns. That's kind of picky.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You've got the ball on your own 15-yard line. 1st and 10. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, Huntley. Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
Damn it, you're
this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On the slant, he finds Washington. And it's a Packers touchdown. Montrell Washington, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From way up at the 23. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
Get the ball back.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now it's Bird on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay
around like a
offense
pinball.
now about ready to take possession here. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, let's run it up. Just try and get this 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Touchdown!
Montreal Washington
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Nicely done. Another
Get
one
5
up,
tackles,
another one
get
down.
2.
Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins.
And more screen. Thanks. Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA
5 user
Sports.
tackles. Or no, 2 user
Now
tackles.
let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
We will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're trailing by 4. Your opponent has possession on their own 30-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Blitz this time. Everybody.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Get back there.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Packers ready to take over offensively.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed.
And he will step out of bounds all the way
They're going to challenge that? They might
inside the
challenge
40.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 43 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Back now at Lambeau. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Burrow.
Shit. Go Kingdom,
And
man.
he's got it. It's
great.
caught for a Packers touchdown. A great
It wasn't a
play
very good
there.
throw, but he's a big
beast
tight
in the
end.
red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Packers have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
Almost to the end zone.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Can't tackle.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any.
Next. Just keep breezing through. Takes so long to load for PS4.
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden
Okay,
and
5
Charles
tackles
Davis.
or
Brandon.
We start this challenge off in the 4th quarter with 4 minutes left on the clock. You're trailing by 4. Your opponent has the football on their 35-yard line. As we get set here, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones puts it on the carpet.
I don't
It's
think
out.
I want that. I'm supposed to get 5
And
tackles.
he's able to take this one back
If I have
to
the
the
ball, I can't get
36-yard
tackles.
line.
Okay. You
Well
count that?
done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available,
Get
you can always
2 major
replay the
tackles,
challenge
get
again.
sack.
Otherwise, it's time to move on to the...
And more loading screen. 1.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the coach. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're ahead by 4. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I don't know what that was.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Ryan.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Bird to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
Or the other goal. We use your tackles and get a sack.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Really bad block.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Packers!
Montrell Washington.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Good. Give the ball back
In order to
them.
lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So we're going to win, but that doesn't really matter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
To throw again on second down. Ryan looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On third down, Ryan.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time.
On the return, it's Bird.
Oh, got that blocker.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
You know what? I'm just going to kick a field goal.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt.
Even though we are limits. But we really just want to
able
get
to
them
send
the
this
ball
one
back.
through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Keep thinking I have them lined up. I gotta look on the timer.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
This guy plays
Great
well.
coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
There we go.
And he lost the football.
That counts though,
And
right?
this is
That was
going to
user
get
tackle.
out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Right?
Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know
How did
they're
that
looking
not
at the
count as a
scoreboard,
user
thinking to themselves, if we
Oh,
turn
that
it over
sucks.
there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
I didn't really
Picked
mean
off
to do
by
that.
Will Parks. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Sorry to
Demir
interrupt your
Bird,
coach. I was playing.
31 yards.
And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York
Just keep
is up
scoring
and good.
because I want to give
And
them
the lead
ball
now to
back.
3 touchdowns at 21.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across
That's
the
user
25 to the 27.
And the way they define user tackles is incredible.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next
Tackled so
drive.
many times.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a deep...
Into heavy traffic, and it's
you kidding me?
intercepted.
Don't want the ball.
And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, offensively,
right,
Charles,
I'm just
hard to put a
kidding.
silver lining on this one. No secret
so
that they
dumb.
had to take chances with a score where it
Take
is, and
the
it
ball
leads to a
back so I
turnover.
can
I
tackle.
love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Come on, let's get this.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
All right, how can I get some tackles?
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Guys, don't run the clock down.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Ryan.
There
Nowhere
we
to go
go.
here. He lost the football.
Please count that as a tackle. That's
All right,
all
you
me.
did it. You got the win.
Yes.
Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Score a passing touchdown. Let's go. Like I just did that like 4 times in the last game. Scored a passing touchdown. Oh, I should get my drop.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're down in this one. You have possession on your own 45-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Got an open man. It's Washington. Touchdown, Packers. Montrell Washington, 55 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Yards, complete 3 passes. Or is my 23,000?
Hey, folks, I'm your host, the coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're only down 3 points. You've got the ball on your own 40. As we get set here, 1st and 10.
Oh, I pushed it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Absolutely pushed that button.
The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, no, for anyone to react.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Holy shit.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
I did not think that
is
a double fake handoff.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
Down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
To throw is Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
I need 47 yards.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Badly,
and our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
All right.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
I don't know.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Oh, crap.
Flush to his right.
Oh, crap. Okay. Good job.
That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Oh, wait.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
I almost scored, but I just
49 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits. And now they have taken a 4th-quarter lead.
On loading screen. So everybody in the world does for a loading screen.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup.
Points, your passing touchdown.
Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
We will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're behind. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
Turn it first.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. They find some open field here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And even 100 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to...
Touchdown, Packers! A big play there. 43 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
Whoa, why did he throw so fast?
Zone, but it's incomplete.
That guy was not close enough for him to be that pressured.
And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2.
That's
right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the 2nd half. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, How do we stop them? And do I have enough
Or
confidence to
even
make a
less than
play?
a field goal.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line.
Right.
Throwing Jones.
Yes, nice.
Rifles one,
There's
and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by
Gotta
L'Jarius
do
Sneed.
that, yeah.
And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
It's very trolly.
Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or with
Are there more challenges, or am I done? Going nice. Can't believe they released this game with stuff all. Should have another pack now. Twitch Prime pack. Or Twitch Drop pack. These these haven't been too great. Oh, there's a elite player. Linebacker. 77 cornerback. Actually, this is the best one so far. Okay, as far as challenges go, I guess there's some team captain stuff. That I might look at it tomorrow, but I think I'm more interested at this point in the franchise mode. At least they made some additions to that, and it seems pretty interesting. And well, not and some of the things, like, I called them additions, but they're not even additions. They're just bringing back stuff that used to already be. So I'll probably play this on the weekend a little bit. Probably not much though. Doesn't seem to be much interest in watching this be streamed. So if you like the video, like, share, subscribe, all of the above. I'll be playing something tomorrow. Might even play something tonight. It's really hot here and it's hard to sleep. So if I can't get to sleep, I'll probably play some games tonight. So thank you and have a good night.